Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am your instructor Ms. Anaba Shabir, and today we are going to learn our new chapter. We are going to start a new chapter that is about the database, and the chapter name is Database Fundamentals. In this current lecture we will cover about what is database and what is the difference between data and information. So let's see what is actually the database. Database is actually the collection of related files that are integrated, linked or cross-referenced to each other. Like it will be the collection of files that are related together, that have some link together, and we can keep that data in some centralized pool, and then we can access that data from various files that are collected together, that are linked together, that are integrated together. Almost all organizations, companies, businesses have to store data somewhere. Some centralized location they can store their data, and this data could be about the people who work for them, and this data can be about the items they sell. This data can be about their customers. Almost everything that they need to store is in the database. So let's have an example of software development company. They have employees who write the program, then they sell the programs to the public. Okay, employees for the software company, what they will do, they will write a program, then they will sell that program to any public. So what will they need to store in a database? Of course, they will need to store the information about their employees. The information can be about their names, their addresses, the amount they get paid, and their bank account details, and etc. So the next thing that can be stored in that database is the information about the program they are developing. For example, the names, people working on them, the type of program they are, the release date, and etc. The other information can be stored in the same file. So information can also be about the customers and their orders. For example, which customer has ordered which program and how much they paid, etc. So the company can use this database to find information out. They could find out the contact details of all the customers to send them details about new programs. They could find out which employee need to be paid overtime. Database is actually an essential part of our daily life, whether we are knowing or not. We are using our phone, we are using different websites, we are using bank deposits and withdrawals, we are using computerized libraries, contact lists, etc. By knowing or not, we are using actually database all the day. Websites, they have the database behind them, especially when you log into them or buy product from them. The website is the front end, the user interface. When you enter information into the web page, your browser send this across the internet to a web server. The web server has a database. It searches the database for the information it needs, then send it back to your web browser with HTML code to create the website. So bank deposit, like you have some account, you have some account number, you have your ATM pin, and so on. When you deposit the amount, it stores in your bank account by using your bank account number, and when you withdraw the amount by using that your number, you can get it that. So computerized library that has several books with author names and other information. You can get the information from those libraries. Contact lists, actually we use contacts, we store contacts in our mobile phone or in somewhere else, like your email, your laptop email browsers and so on. And whenever you want to access your contact list from any other program, you can get the same contacts that are stored in your contact list. Let's suppose, you can take an example like you have a central contact list and you are using various applications, like you are using WhatsApp, you are also using a Telegram, this data is stored, the contacts are stored in this central pool, and when you want to access that data, you can in WhatsApp or in Telegram, you can get the data from this central pool that is stored in somewhere in your mobile contact list. So before going further, let's see what is data and information. Data is actually the facts and figures. You can say the raw form is known as data. Data can be converted into information. Like if this tree is in its raw form, when it is captured, data is converted into information. Data can also be a knowledge or map of the world. Then decisions can be taken on that data, and information can also convert into knowledge, and then decisions can be taken on the basis of that information that we have collected from the information. This is the main area, the knowledge that we can use to convert to make the decisions. We can differentiate data and information. Data is actually raw, unorganized facts that need to be processed. Data can be something simple and similarly random and useless until it is organized. Let's suppose, you can take an example like if you want to create a chair. For the chair you need some wood, some tools, you can use some other accessories like nail and other things. These things are useless until it is converted into chair. It is in its raw form, it is not useful for you, but when you process that to convert it into chair, that will convert into information. That will be converted into information. Information is that now chair is meaningful for you. You can use it for various purposes. You can use it to sit on, and the purpose you have created that chair will be fulfilled when you convert that data into information. When data is processed, organized, structured, or presented in a given context so as to make it useful, it is called information. Data is unorganized and unrefined facts, whereas information comprises processed, organized data presented in a meaningful context. Data is an individual unit that contains raw material which do not carry any specific meaning, whereas information is a group of data that collectively carries a logical meaning. Data doesn't depend on information, whereas information depends on the data. It is measured in bits and bytes, whereas information is measured in meaningful units like time, quantity, etc. Raw data alone is insufficient for decision making, whereas information is sufficient for decision making. An example of data, you can take a student test score and average score of the class, information derived from the given data. And remember students, whenever you are going to attempt your SLO based questions, and if there is any difference between data and information, you have to pick the best of these. not the examples, not those things that are repeating themselves. Choose the best from these. Thank you.